Now I have to ask you this, because for somebody that's watching this, numbers motivate them. By owning instead of being a work for hire or just selling out, how much money are you missing out on by not owning your content going into these rooms?
Okay. I always use this example. I created R&B Divas. When I say I created, I cast it. I brought the women together. My husband and I paid for the sizzle reel, all of that, right? I got paid as a producer and I got paid as a talent. Same amount pretty much everybody else got paid. Got a little bump more because I produced it, created it, right? I co-owned From the Bottom Up that I created for BET with Shakim and Latifah.
Okay.
Now, R&B Divas saw millions of viewers a week, became a legendary, hugely successful show.
That's correct.
But I was pretty much a work for hire. It went away, the check went away. From the Bottom Up, I was a co-owner. I got 50% of everything that came in on it. And anything as it streams, when it goes to streaming platforms, we was talking earlier about the YouTube, we own that content. We co-own that content, which means we can get advertising dollars. We can get, so long and short is I was able to start really working towards generational wealth until this lawsuit came along. When I did R&B Divas, because From the Bottom Up, because I co-owned it. So co-ownership means you get 50%. So let's just take this particular case that I'm talking about, right? So there's a statement on video of the head of Star saying they gave Katori Hall $100 million for P-Valley. He's the head of the network, and he's on video saying, hey, we gave Katori Hall $100 million to do P-Valley. Nobody's ever done that. I'm not lying. That's what I watched. That's what I saw. God. So if they gave her $100 million, I don't know how much money they got back from it or expected to get, but if you pay somebody $100 million, let me just ask you, what would you expect to see in return?
I mean, if I gave you 100, I'd at least like to get 500 back.
Yeah, at least 500? Yeah. So everybody can agree at least 300 to 500?
Yeah, 300 to 500.
Okay, so as a co-owner, if you got 500, I get 220, 235. As a person who is a work for hire, you know, I might get 100,000. I don't know. I'm just hypothetical. So when you own something, that is the money that you get. People look at these overall deals. Basically, what an overall deal is with a network, I think, word on the curb, I don't know for sure, but like I think 50 got one. They gave Katori an overall deal. That means everything that you create in that deal, when you leave, it stays. That's a first look deal. Well, I mean, some people think it's good if they're offering you $100 million.
Okay, yeah, for $100 million, I give you everything.
But if I'm offering you $100 million,
yeah.
Ooh, how much you say you gonna?
500 million.
So you have to decide whether you want $100 million now or 250, 300 million later.
Ooh.
And you still got to get a little something now if they move forward with it.
That's right.
The thing is, there's always somebody in the room waiting outside the room to come in and take the 100. So you have to consider that. Like with these reality shows, it's everybody want to be a housewife, but me. On the Housewives of Atlanta, they pay well. But guess what? The thing is, the brand that we own is the Housewives of Atlanta. So everybody wants to be a housewife.
Yeah.
So you can go over here and sit down, and I can get this chick over here to work for a quarter of what I'm paying you, because you are work for hire. So you do what I tell you to do, or you don't get this check, because this person behind me, who we gonna put on as a friend, wants your job. When you own it, they can't do that to you. Wendy Williams, when you own it, they can't take your Instagram account with your 2 million followers and give it to somebody else. When you own it, they can't just determine who's gonna come in and replace you.
So answer me this question then, Nikki. As an owner, can you get in the door as an owner? Is this something that you have to build from the ground up, and then you have a little leverage going in there? But can you come in as a creative, as an owner?
Thank God for people like BET, for places that still allow you to license your content. A lot of the brothers in the industry are doing that. Tyler Perry owns all his stuff, pretty much. These people are owning their stuff.
Yeah.
Steve just did a clip where he didn't know it could have owned. Well, not that he didn't know, but it wasn't as popular back in the day, right? So if it's possible for black men, white women, why wouldn't it be possible for a black woman to do it? It's not a question of whether or not it's possible. It's a question of whether or not it's possible for us. The only way it becomes possible for us is we have to prove that it works.
Thanks. when it comes to work and actually the effort that it takes, because when you speak of these shows that you produce and that you've shot and all of this stuff, you had to go out here and lay the smack down, Nikki, to get that stuff done. You don't just wake up and have your sizzle reel for your stuff ready to go.
Right.
This takes a lot of plotting and planning to get anything done. So can you speak to the work ethic that people also have to possess if they want to go out here and own something?
It's a lot of work.
Come on.
Be high.
I know about it.
Ownership sounds cool. They see you getting out of the truck with your